He's a red beast on that barbecue, on the grill or the smoker. He knows just what to do. He's a red beast on that barbecue.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, welcome back to another episode of Bad Beast Barbecue. Hey, today we are out here in the smoke shack, but we're not cooking anything on the grills today. We have the Induction cooktop out here with our Dutch oven, and today we're going to be making some white seafood chili. Okay, so this is a take on white chicken chili, and we've done a seafood chili before on our channel, but this one here mimics a white chicken chili. Okay, we have some of the ingredients that we've always wanted to put in here, but we're kind of missing a couple, so feel free to add those at your decision. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Let's get the Dutch oven fired up, and let's get some ingredients in the grease. All right, guys, so just to let you know, if you hear a little whining or a little fan or something going on, it's the fan from the Induction cooktop. All right, so we're gonna pour a little bit of olive oil in our Dutch oven, and we're gonna let that get hot. Now in this container, we have 1 medium yellow onion, 1 medium green pepper, and 1 jalapeno de-seeded and de-ribbed. Okay, so we're gonna put these in the heat. Yes, sir. Get it sizzling. And we're going to saute these for about 5 minutes until they get nice and soft and translucent. At least the onions get translucent. We're going to let this go for a minute. All right, so now that our onions have gotten translucent and these vegetables have been sweating for a little bit, we're going to go ahead and throw in 3 cloves of chopped garlic. Be careful how long you brown your garlic for, because it can burn and get bitter. All right, and then so while that's going on, we'll get our next ingredient out. So in this container here, we have 2 bags, 2 20-ounce bags of medium-sized shrimp. Okay, we're gonna toss these shrimp in here to get them to saute them a little bit and get them nice and brown. Well, not brown really, because we're not doing ground meat, so, but to get them nice with an opaque orange color. Okay, so we're gonna cook these for a while. You know, I have my Induction cooktop on medium high right now, so if I need to, I can punch the temperature up. But we're gonna let these cook for a little bit. We don't want to be eating raw shrimp for sure. All right, guys, so as you can see, our shrimp has gotten a nice orange opaque color, so they're partially cooked. We'll put in the next couple of ingredients. Okay, so I know a lot of people don't like beans in their chili. I like beans in my chili, and I think it just gives it a little bit more meatier flavor, a little bit heartier flavor, a heartier texture and stuff. So the first can of beans we're going to put in here is 1 can of navy beans, and all of our beans have been drained to get as much of the excess liquid out as we could. So 1 can of navy beans, 1 can of cannelloni beans. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. And 1 can of garbanzo beans. Now you especially need to drain the garbanzo beans because they come with a lot of liquid. All right, let's mix this in together. All right, so the rest of these ingredients are gonna go pretty fast except for the last 2, okay? So now we need some liquid in here, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're going to use 3 cups of low sodium chicken broth, okay? Now, I normally like to use seafood broth when I can find it. So if you can find seafood broth, then I think that would help out with the flavor, because it tastes a little bit better, I think, with seafood broth, but couldn't find any. So we're going to put 3 cups or 24 ounces of chicken broth in our chili. Okay. Alrighty. Let's mix that up. Let's get our fire on high so we can get a little boiling action going here, or at least a strong simmer. Okay. All right. The next thing we're going to put in is a can of cream of shrimp. Now, if you can't find cream of shrimp, and I know sometimes it's difficult to find, we bought a bunch of cans from back home when we went home to Louisiana. So, but cream of shrimp will give it that more shrimpy seafood flavor and help thicken the chili. Okay. All right, so we're going to mix this in well together. We're going to bring it up to a slow rolling boil, and then we'll add in our seasonings. All right, guys, so now that we got a nice little rolling boil here, we're going to put in two other ingredients right now. Now, this is a can of solid white albacore tuna that's been drained. And I know you're asking why you putting tuna in it, but the tuna meat helps, from what I've made this several times for, it helps to thicken the chili also without adding any of the tuna fishy flavor to it. It gives a little texture to it. So we always break up a can of white albacore tuna that's been packed in water, not oil. You don't want tuna in oil in this dish, okay? And then we're going to add a drained can of whole kernel sweet corn. Now, we just started adding this to this chili, so it kind of makes it more of a chowder, I guess. But the corn adds little pops of sweetness and also adds an additional texture to your chili, okay? So we're going to mix this up again. And we got one last ingredient to add, and we're going to let this get back up to a simmer or strong simmer or a boil, and then we will add the last ingredient, top it off, and we'll let this bad boy simmer until it gets nice and thick. Okay, so hang around. All right, guys, so now that our chili has come up to a rolling boil again, we're going to put in our last 2 ingredients. Okay, so I did forget to mention that the shrimp were seasoned with Tony's seasoning, so that added some flavor. This here is 4 ingredients: ground cumin, kosher salt, black pepper, and chili powder, 4 teaspoons each. I'm sorry, not 4 teaspoons each. You're going to over season your chili. 1 teaspoon each for a total of 4 teaspoons of ingredients. So it's 1 teaspoon of each one of them, okay? And then the final ingredient that we're going to add is crab meat, okay? So we got a can of claw crab meat that we're going to add in there. Really make the seafood chili pop. And the only other ingredient that I always like to add, if we can get our hands on it, is a bag of clean Louisiana crawfish tails, okay? So if you throw some crawfish tails in here with this crab meat and with the shrimp and with the tuna and with everything else, and one other thing that you can add in here if you want to is you get you a bag of those baby scallops and cook them in here when you cook the shrimp to get them cooked halfway through, and then toss them in with the rest of this. Oh my goodness, you're gonna have a fantastic seafood chili, okay? All right, so now that we got all the ingredients in here, we're gonna put the top on it, and we're gonna let this simmer until it thickens up, and then we'll have a taste test. Don't go nowhere. Okay, guys, so our seafood chili has been simmering and for about a half an hour now, and I'm going to try to help it get thick. Now, you can do a couple of things. You can do a cornstarch slurry to help thicken it up. But we've been using this Tony Chachere's Creole white gravy mix for our seafood chili and for our white chicken chili. And they also make a brown gravy mix. Okay, so it helps thicken it and doesn't affect the flavor very much. So we're gonna put a couple of teaspoons in here. And we're gonna mix this up, help it thicken up a little bit faster. And we're gonna top it back. Yes, it's already thickening up really nice. So then we're gonna put the top part way on it so some of the steam and stuff can come out of it. And hopefully we'll have something in the next 20 minutes or so. All right, so hey, hang around and don't go nowhere. All right, guys, so we've been simmering for about 45 minutes now, and it's getting thick, and it'll continue to get thicker as it continues to simmer, but we're gonna go ahead and have a taste test now since it's getting late. But as you can see, this looks really, really good. So let's go ahead and dish up a little scoop and see what we got here. It's a little loose, and you know, this is you can put this over rice. We normally use oyster crackers with it or what have you. So it depends on how you want to eat it and how thick you want it to get. So if you want it to be more like a chowder, then that'll work. But like I said, we usually like it more like a chili. So it'll continue to thicken up, right? So let's have a taste test. Man, it smells great, but I'm used to this because we make it all the time, all right? As usual, this is excellent, okay? To me, it doesn't need any more seasoning or anything, and as it continues to reduce and thicken up, and then it's even better the next day because the flavors seem to intensify and stuff. So, but I like to take it in this consistency and put it over some white rice. Oh man, talk about really, really good, okay? So, hey, that's about it. Thanks for joining us today. Hey, if you got any questions about this white seafood chili, which is a variation of white chicken chili, by all means, drop me a comment in the video comment area down below. I'll have all the ingredients that we use in the description block, and plus I'll list some alternatives if you can't find certain things like cream or shrimp or what have you, okay? So, hey, thanks for joining us. Until then, like we always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. If it's fire, then damn it, there just might be a barbecue there or an induction cooktop in a Dutch oven making some sweet seafood chili. Hey, as always, and we'll see you guys around the smoker.